Red shrimp is a valuable aquatic species, favored by many people because of its delicious taste and rich nutritional value. Catching red shrimp requires patience, technique and a deep understanding of the biological habits of this species. Usually, fishermen catch red shrimp in deep-sea areas, where the depth is from 200 to 600 meters, with cold temperatures suitable for their survival. Fishing boats are equipped with specialized equipment such as bottom trawls, cage traps or specialized fishing rods with baits such as small fish or squid. Of these, the cage trap method is preferred because it helps keep shrimp alive, reduces losses and maintains commercial value. The cages are usually placed on the seabed in the evening and pulled up after many hours or the next morning. After being caught, the shrimp will be stored immediately in a cold compartment or ice box to keep them fresh. In addition, red shrimp fishing must strictly comply with regulations on protecting aquatic resources, such as not fishing during the breeding season and limiting output to ensure the sustainability of the species. Thanks to the combination of traditional experience and modern technology, coastal people can effectively exploit red shrimp, contributing to the development of the local economy and the protection of marine resources. In addition to wild fishing, many places have now begun to research and apply artificial red shrimp farming models to meet the increasing demand in the market. However, due to the habit of living in deep water and cold environments, red shrimp farming requires complex techniques and modern closed farming systems, especially strict control of temperature, salinity and water cleanliness. Meanwhile, red shrimp fishing is still dominant in coastal areas with favorable natural conditions such as Japan. Canada or some cold sea areas of Europe. For professional fishermen, choosing the time to fish is very important. Usually done at the time when shrimp move to find food, usually at night or early morning. They also need to regularly update the weather and sea currents to ensure safety during fishing. This job is hard and risky, but brings high income if the catch is successful. In particular, with modern consumption trends, red shrimp are exported to many countries and become the main ingredient in high-class dishes such as sushi, sashimi, or European-style steamed and grilled dishes. It can be said that catching red shrimp is not only a traditional profession but also an important part of the global seafood value chain, contributing to promoting the development of the marine economy and preserving the beauty of the labor of coastal people. Not only an economic activity, red shrimp fishing is also closely linked to the cultural and spiritual life of coastal fishing communities. Many families have been involved in the profession for many generations, passing on valuable secrets in determining shrimp flows, how to release cages most effectively, or experience in handling adverse weather conditions at sea. Going out to sea is not only a way to make a living but also demonstrates the perseverance, courage and deep love of the sea of fishermen. Currently, facing the risk of resource depletion due to overexploitation and climate change, many localities have begun to apply sustainable development solutions, such as limiting the number of boats, granting seasonal licenses and organizing the re-release of shrimp larvae into the natural environment to regenerate resources. At the same time, science and technology are also being used to support the fishing profession. From modern positioning devices, shrimp monitoring systems, to optimal preservation methods to help minimize post-harvest losses. Thanks to that, the red shrimp fishing industry today not only relies on human power but also combines with intelligence and modern technology, opening up a new direction that is both effective and environmentally friendly. It can be affirmed that, with the tireless efforts of the fishing community, scientists and management agencies, the red shrimp fishing industry will continue to develop sustainably, contributing to preserving the precious resources of the ocean and bringing a stable life to coastal people. Not stopping there, red shrimp also plays an important role in international trade when it becomes one of the high-end seafood products imported by many countries with high value. Seafood processing enterprises have invested in quick freezing technology, vacuum packaging and cold transportation to maintain the freshness and nutritional value of shrimp after catching. Red shrimp is exported to many demanding markets such as the US, Japan, Korea and European countries, where quality and food safety are top priorities. As a result, the value chain of red shrimp is increasingly expanding, not only bringing economic benefits to fishermen but also promoting related industries such as shipbuilding, food processing, logistics and marine tourism. On the other hand, promoting the image of red shrimp as a coastal specialty also contributes to attracting tourists, creating conditions for comprehensive and sustainable development of the marine economy. In the future, if we know how to harmoniously combine reasonable exploitation, protect the marine ecosystem and promote the application of science and technology, red shrimp fishing will not only be a traditional industry but also a strategic economic development direction. Contributing to preserving valuable aquatic resources for future generations. However, for the long-term sustainable development of the red shrimp fishing industry, raising public awareness of marine environmental protection is essential. Plastic waste, water pollution and illegal exploitation are direct threats to the natural habitat of red shrimp. Without strict management measures, red shrimp may gradually decline in number and face the risk of extinction in some sea areas. Therefore, authorities and conservation organizations are stepping up communication and education programs for fishermen about the importance of preserving marine ecosystems, while applying regulations such as mandatory use of environmentally friendly nets, banning fishing during the breeding season, and strictly monitoring fishing activities at sea. In addition, international cooperation also plays an important role in protecting red shrimp resources. because this species is not only distributed in a certain sea area but also migrates widely according to the seasons and ocean currents. Countries with bordering seas need to work together to develop common regulations, share data and monitor resources transparently. Only with the synchronous coordination between people, governments and international organizations can the red shrimp fishery be maintained effectively and sustainably, continuing to be a valuable source of livelihood and a source of pride for communities living on the sea. In short, the red shrimp fishery is not only a simple economic activity but also a symbol of the attachment between people and the sea. Through each generation, coastal people have accumulated valuable experiences, combined with advances in science and technology to effectively exploit this valuable aquatic species. However, facing the challenges of climate change, environmental pollution and the risk of resource depletion, the sustainable development of the red shrimp fishery is becoming an urgent task. Only by rational exploitation, environmental protection and enhanced cooperation among stakeholders can we preserve this valuable resource for today and tomorrow. Red shrimp, with its great economic, cultural and ecological value, deserves to be protected as part of the living heritage of the blue ocean. In addition, to enhance the value and competitiveness of red shrimp in the international market, many coastal localities have focused on building a brand of seafood specialties associated with the regional name, granting geographical indications, traceability stamps and clean product certification not only helps consumers feel more secure about the quality but also increases the economic value of each batch of shrimp caught. In addition, some areas also organize red shrimp festivals, where special dishes from this aquatic species are displayed. Introduced and prepared, creating a unique cultural highlight, attracting tourists and contributing to the development of marine tourism. These efforts have transformed red shrimp from a common fishing product into a cultural and culinary symbol of regional identity. From the ship sailing out to sea in the cold ocean to the dining tables of luxury restaurants in large cities, the journey of the red shrimp is a living testament to the strong connection between nature, humans and economic development. Therefore, preserving and developing the red shrimp fishing industry is not only protecting a precious resource but also a way for us to honor the intelligence, labor and identity of the communities who have devoted their lives to the sea. Furthermore, in the context of the world's increasing interest in sustainable development and ocean protection, the red shrimp fishing industry is facing a great opportunity to transform strongly. Circular economic models in the seafood industry are being encouraged to apply, such as utilizing red shrimp waste to produce fertilizers, animal feed or raw materials for the cosmetics and medical industries. This is a direction that not only helps increase the added value of the product but also minimizes the amount of waste released into the environment. At the same time, support from state policies on infrastructure investment, vocational training for fishermen and access to preferential loans are also important foundations for modernizing the fishing industry. In particular, The young generation in fishing villages is gradually approaching new technology, applying satellite positioning devices, remote control systems and artificial intelligence applications to the process of finding shrimp streams, controlling fishing vessels and managing output. This is a positive signal that the red shrimp fishing profession is not fading away over time but is gradually adapting. Innovating and developing in a more modern and effective direction. The combination of tradition and technology will be the key for this profession, not only to stand firm against the fluctuations of the times, but also to reach far in the international market in the era of deep integration. Finally, the most important thing to maintain and develop the red shrimp fishing profession is the sense of responsibility towards the sea, the place that nurtures the source of life and cultural identity of many generations of fishermen. The sea is not only a living space but also a roof, a source closely linked to the spiritual, cultural and economic life of coastal people. Each trip to sea is not only a journey to make a living but also a testament to courage, diligence and faith in the future. Therefore, if there is close coordination between the government, scientists, businesses and the fishing community, along with a high sense of responsibility in the reasonable exploitation and protection of the marine environment, the red shrimp fishing industry will certainly continue to move forward in the new era. This is not only a way to protect a valuable resource, but also a practical action to preserve a part of the soul of marine culture, which has been creating the lasting vitality of many coastal areas for hundreds of years. From all the aspects presented, from fishing techniques, preservation, export, to cultural, environmental factors and future orientation, it can be affirmed that the red shrimp fishing industry is not simply an activity of exploiting marine resources but also a living symbol of the harmonious relationship between humans and nature. This is a profession that carries within itself comprehensive values, economic, social, cultural and environmental. Protecting and developing this profession not only brings immediate benefits to coastal fishing communities but also contributes to preserving biodiversity. Protecting the sovereignty of islands and building a modern, sustainable marine economy. In the future, when climate change and exploitation pressure are increasing, the red shrimp fishing industry needs to be clearly oriented, invested in properly and linked to national marine development policies. Only then, red shrimp, from a precious seafood, will continue to be the pride of the ocean and a testament to the resilience, creativity and responsibility of humans in living and developing with the ocean. Red shrimp is a valuable aquatic species, favored by many people because of its delicious taste and rich nutritional value. Catching red shrimp requires patience, technique and a deep understanding of the biological habits of this species. Usually, fishermen catch red shrimp in deep sea areas. where the depth is from 200 to 600 meters, with cold temperatures suitable for their survival. Fishing boats are equipped with specialized equipment such as bottom trawls, cage traps or specialized fishing rods with baits of small fish or squid. Of these, the cage trap method is preferred because it helps keep the shrimp alive, reduces losses and maintains the commercial value. The cages are usually placed on the seabed in the evening and pulled up after many hours or the next morning. After being caught, shrimp will be immediately stored in a cold storage or ice box to keep their freshness. In addition to wild fishing, many places have now begun to research and apply the artificial red shrimp farming model to meet the increasing demand in the market. However, due to the habit of living in deep water and cold environments, red shrimp farming requires complex techniques and a modern closed farming system. Especially the need to strictly control the temperature, salinity and cleanliness of the water. Meanwhile, red shrimp fishing is still dominant in coastal areas with favorable natural conditions such as Japan, Canada or some cold sea areas of Europe. For professional fishermen, choosing the time to fish is very important, often done at the time when shrimp move to find food, usually at night or early morning. They also need to regularly update the weather and sea currents to ensure safety during the fishing process. Although this job is hard and risky, it brings high income if the catch is successful. In particular, with modern consumption trends, red shrimp are exported to many countries.